Good evening, everyone. This is a meeting of the Southfield Board of Education in public for the purpose of conducting the school district's business and is not to be considered as a community meeting. There is one opportunity for public participation during the meeting, and comments are limited to 3 minutes per individual. The board will listen to comments but may not respond during the meeting. If you wish to address the board, please submit a comment card immediately. Roll call. Talisha Belk, Board President.
Good evening, Yvette Ware-Duval, Secretary.
Amani Johnson, trustee.
Chidi Naji, student representative.
Paris Whitman, Student Board Representative.
Jennifer Green, Superintendent. Taking minutes this evening is Ms. Carolyn Foster. Technical support is being provided by M1 Studios, and several members of our Executive District Network team are joining us in the audience.
Thank you all. At this time, we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance, if you don't mind standing.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And for the record, we have Trustee Denson with an excuse absent and Trustee Leslie Smith Thomas en route. At this time, we're going to have board matters. Trustees, are there any board matters you would like to lift this evening?
Through the chair, I would like to say that I did attend the parent meeting with university parents where Mr. Jackson was present and Dr. Green did join to talk to the parents about the move and answer any questions that were posed. The meeting flowed smoothly. The questions were asked and answered appropriately. And I think parents got a lot of information in real time and a lot of their questions answered in real time. That kind of eased a lot of the uneasiness about the transition.
Is it possible that we can have scheduled meetings for those that weren't able to participate to have put it on their calendar for moving forward, if that's possible?
So we will continue to have meetings with the families of UK-12 as well as the staff. We meet as a team, well, my chief of staff meets with the team every Thursday to continue those move management meetings, and then we update the OAC meetings every Monday to talk about what that entails. So we will have those scheduled for the duration of this year and throughout the summer as we move into the next school year. Some of the requests that I've received were to put one of the GoPros on a hat and walk through the building so that we can video some of the spaces so parents can feel more comfortable before we can actually allow them to go in and see the spaces. Some other requests were perhaps that we allow families to go in during evening hours. We have to be mindful of scheduling because we do currently have scholars in those spaces. I did also do a board walk with Trustee Anderson to one of those spaces, that being Vandenberg, where the K-5 will be moving as part of this move management piece. So she had a chance to see that. So we're trying to find some creative ways to afford people an opportunity to those spaces earlier rather than later. Again, with being mindful that we currently have scholars in there, so we can't have one school on top of the other. So we're looking at that as well. Thank you.
Through the chair, one more thing. If I might, is it possible that we can put together maybe a FAQ for people as we tend to get some of the same questions, if we can generate like a FAQ?
We are working through that as we speak, and we will have that published relatively soon. And it will be a living document as the questions continue to come in.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Trustees, are there any other board matters? All right, hearing none, we are going to go to the report of the student board reps, and we're going to start with Ms. Paris Whitman of Southfield A&T.
Good evening. My name is Paris. I'm the Student Board Representative for Southwood High School for the Arts and Technology. Welcome to March. This month represents growth, resilience, and fresh beginnings. March is also Women's History Month, a time dedicated to honoring the women who lead, teach, support, and inspire every single day. We are especially fortunate to be part of a district where leadership at the board level is largely women-led. I would like to take a moment to recognize our district school board members. Jaleisha Belk, Board President, Leslie Smith-Thomas, Board Vice President, Yvette Ware-Duvall, Board Secretary, Nicole Denson, Board Treasurer, Julian Holloway, Board Trustee, Janae Anderson, Board Trustee, and of course, our district superintendent, Dr. Jennifer Green. Their leadership sets the tone for excellence across our schools. Beyond the board, we honor our female teachers, administrators, staff members, mothers at home, and women across the world who continue to shape communities and open doors for others. Their impact reaches far beyond what is always seen, and this month we celebrate their strength, dedication, and influence. For March, here are the past and current highlights for Southfield High School for the Arts and Technology. I'll first report on our sports highlights. Our competitive cheer team had an outstanding finish, finishing first in the league competition and second overall. We congratulate Coach Stancy Napoleon for being named Coach of the Year. Our wrestling team also saw great success becoming Gold Division League champions in just their second year, with several athletes earning first place finishes and multiple students qualifying for regionals. The bowling team had a successful season as well. The boys finished as Blue League champions, and senior Jasa Taylor represented our school at the state level, finishing fourth in the entire state of Michigan. Both our boys and girls basketball teams had strong seasons and competitive playoff runs, with several seniors preparing to continue their academic and athletic careers at the collegiate level. Despite some challenges this year, our swim team still saw athletes advance to finals in their events, and our esports team recently wrapped up their season and continues practicing as they prepare for playoffs. Now I'll get into the leadership and activities highlights. From February 21st through February 23rd, Student Council attended the State Leadership Conference. Students participated in workshops, watched presentations from schools across Michigan showcasing their leadership initiatives, and listened to student speakers who shared powerful, personal experiences centered around this year's theme, Mission Possible. On February 26th, Gear Up visited during senior English classes to introduce students to additional post-secondary options and assist with OCC applications. They also met with juniors to discuss college preparation and planning for life after high school. National Honor Society hosted the student versus staff volleyball game for the first time since 2019 on February 27th. It was an exciting and competitive event that brought great energy to the building. While students put up a strong fight, the staff proudly maintained their winning streak. On March 4th, C2 Pipeline welcomed back Tina Conway, a 2017 A&T graduate, for continuing her series titled Overreacting to Overachieving. Conway spoke about strategies for advancing academically and professionally, and spoke about the importance of giving back and how to better perform in interviews using the STAR method. She expressed she continues returning to A&T because she wants to invest in the same community that helped shape her success. Also on March 4th, we hosted 8th grade tours for students from Levy Middle School and Thompson K-8. On March 5th, we welcomed Bernie. During these tours, members of Counselors Council, Link Crew, and other student organizations guided middle school students throughout the building, showcasing our arts and technology programs, highlighted electives, and introduced career pathways available, including culinary arts and fire academy. Following the tours, students gathered in the auditorium for a panel featuring representatives from a variety of organizations who shared their experiences and answered questions for our future freshmen. The visit concluded with a soulful performance by our Dance Academy that truly captivated the audience. On March 5th, Gear Up also returned to English classes to assist students with financial aid scholarships and financial literacy guidance. Looking ahead, Business Professionals of America will attend the State Leadership Conference from March 11th through March 15th. Students who qualified by placing at regionals will compete in their events, serving as voting delegates for state officer candidates, and attend workshops focused on leadership, time management, and scholarship opportunities. Those competing have been practicing consistently and working extremely hard in preparation and are excited to see their dedication reflected at states. Our book club, On the Same Page, is celebrating in a creative way. As this month is National Reading Month, they are hosting a book summary writing competition called the Summary Summit. Students will submit summaries of books they've read, and the best entries will earn prizes. Let me now tell you about the academic highlights. Progress reports were released on March 3rd. These reports serve as an important checkpoint for students to evaluate their progress, identifying areas for improvement and finishing the quarter strong. It is a reminder that while we celebrate achievements, we also continue striving. Overall, March has already been filled with leadership, competition, and celebration as well as preparation. It feels fitting that a month dedicated to honoring strength and resilience has already reflected so much of both within our school community. As we continue through March, let us carry forward the spirit of growth and leadership that defines both this month and our district. Thank you, and I look forward to sharing more next month. Go Warriors!
Great job. Trustees, do you have any questions? Thoughts? Concerns? She did such an amazing job. Thank you so much, Ms. Sullivan. Now we're going to move to Mr. Cheedy from University K-12 Academy. Wake 'em up, Cheedy.
All right. Hello. Alice Ball, Margaret Collins, and Jewel Palmer Club. What do all these people have in common? They're women. However, they're also something else. They're all incredible contributors to STEM. As we move from Black History Month to Women's History Month, it is important to remember the people who lived every day as a combination of these two. We all have a lot of brilliant students in our districts. It's absolutely necessary for us to make sure our kids know they can achieve anything they decide to do. The best way to do this is by teaching our history. At least my two think so. Our Black Excellence program was filled with dancing, acting, poetry, singing, fashion, entrepreneurship, hairstyles, and beautiful artwork. Our staff and scholars showed us all the true meaning of excellence while making their mark in our illustrious history. A big thank you to Miss Barrett, Miss Pope, and Miss Marsh for planning and organizing another year of an absolutely phenomenal program that continues to uplift, inspire, and celebrate the brilliance within our school community. Also an example of Women's History Month. That wasn't the only way students learned, however. In Miss Barrett's class, a beautiful day of science, technology, engineering, arts, maths, medicine, investing, innovation. Then there was digging with the African Americans class, going to the DIA. As one of the students who went, even though I don't know much about art, learning about the Harlem Renaissance and how a simple chair can teach you about history was amazing. After the trip, in a later class, students made a poem with the people at their table to talk about where they're from, one of which by Timothy, Sanjay, Remington, and Evan reads, "My origins are from afar. Miles across the deep blue, follow the North Star, and you'll discover something you never knew. Where the winds blow hot, where the climate never changes, animals with stripes and spots, savanna deserts and mountain ranges. A country full of culture, hosts flying higher than vultures, dancing, singing, and celebration, days of a story like the book of Revelations." While learning is beautiful, at least I think so, I think for a person to truly understand the difficulty of a task, they need to actually experiment with STEM. Our elementary scholars experimented with strawberries, which helped in expanding their imagination and creativity. The task was to build a roller coaster using strawberries, as the scholars learned how to use them as connectors, hinges, constraint hinges, angles, branches, etc. If you didn't know, I was struggling with some of those words. I'm not a mechanic. District is also aware of the importance of hands-on experience. As Ms. Perez previously stated, we hosted the district science fair. In the K2 category, I would like to say congratulations to Tiffany, an outstanding second grade scholar in Ms. Chow's class, for winning second place in the district science fair. Tiffany produced a project focused on a battery-powered fan. Her question was, what type of battery makes the fan spin faster? Way to go, Tiffany. We are so proud of you. But that's not all. We at University K-12 are extremely proud of our first place winner in the 3rd to 5th grade category, Joseph. Joseph compared the effectiveness of different cleaning products and bacteria. In the middle school category, Miss Ite first and third hours tied for second place, and the 9 to 12 category, Doyen, Camille, and Micah placed third, who compared the temperature of water from different parts of the building. We are proud of all of you. Our school believes in making our school our second home. Our second grade scholars in Miss Charles' class enjoyed having the opportunity to come to school in their comfy pajamas. Can I not put a picture of that? Comfy pajamas. I have consistently said that people should be celebrated for their accomplishments, so I would like to congratulate some people who go above and beyond. People like Paris and Nevaeh, who are currently heading the podcasting department of the school. So watch out for that on the YouTube channel. And then we have Mackenzie, whose soccer team went undefeated last summer. I'm not that good at sports. But last but not least, Jacob, who while being a third grader in a new school managed to stand out with his ability to make everyone feel welcome. We as chargers believe in charging right into the future, but as you know, charging into tears is dangerous without a plan. Our current plans with the parent-teacher conference this Thursday, so check out your kids. The U will be doing state and district testing throughout April. Most notable is SAT and PSAT, along with iReady and EBSTEP. They better be studying. AP testing will happen in the first and second weeks of May. I don't like that one. Anyways, thank you.
Thank you both so much. Trustees, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I'd like to thank both of you for acknowledging the Women's Month and acknowledging us. Thank you very much.
Anyone else? All right, thank you. You both did an amazing job. Per usual, if you would like to leave at this time, you're able to work on homework. I heard progress reports came out, parent-teacher conferences this week, all of those things. If not, you're welcome to stay. Thank you. Now we're going to have the report of the, superintendent.
Thank you, Madam President. We are going to keep the report of the superintendent brief this evening because we do have our big State of the District on tomorrow. So many of the announcements will be shared to our entire community on tomorrow. But I would like to acknowledge our partner of the month. And while Officer Dakari Cross could not be here with us tonight, we do have a short video that we would like to share recognizing Mr. Cross.
Greetings. I am Ms. Portia Eubanks, the proud principal of Thompson K-8 International Academy. I am honored to nominate Security Guard Dakari Cross for Partner of the Month. Officer Cross came to Thompson last school year a bit nervous and understandably a little shy because he was entering a new learning community. However, this school year, we have seen a tremendous change in Officer Cross. He steps in whenever he is needed. He greets our scholars at arrival and dismissal, and he also assists at after-school events. Officer Cross is willing to lend a helping hand no matter what is needed of him. We appreciate Officer Cross here at Thompson K-8, and so, Mr. Cross, congratulations on behalf of our school community. Continue the good work, and we appreciate you. Thank you.
Mr. Cross, I've heard a lot about you, Mr. Cross. All positive things.
That's good to know.
No less than 10 people nominated you for the Partner of the Month, so I'm actually here to surprise you and congratulate you on being the Partner of the Month.
Thank you. Appreciate
No,
it.
thank you. So thanks to Principal Eubanks, Assistant Principal Ector, and
you.
all of the staff that nominated you. Great
Appreciate it.
job.
Thank you.
We are having our regular board meeting on Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. We'd like to welcome you so that we can formally acknowledge you in front of the entire community and present you with a small token of our appreciation.
Okay. I like that.
All right,
Appreciate
we'll
it.
see you then. All right, congratulations, everybody. Give it a round of applause.
Yes, congratulations.
Well done. And while he could not be here this evening, we will ensure that his token of appreciation and his certificate do
My
get
name's
to him
LaDonna
at Thompson
Gillum.
Martin
My
Plaza.
son Braden Gillum goes to university, K-12.
Thank you. All right, thank you. And I think that Chidi stole a little bit of our thunder with the Employee of the Month because he already started talking about the amazing woman's history and the amazing science teacher over at the University K through 12 Academy, and that is Miss Stacy Barrett. Please.
My name's LaDonna Gillum. My son Braden Gillum goes to university, K-12. We nominated Miss Barrett for Teacher of the Week or Teacher of the Month. I just wanted to point out some things about Miss Barrett. When Braden first got there, a little backstory. When we first got there, during COVID, we lost at least 7 family members. It was a rough time, including my husband, his father. My father-in-law passed 6 months later. Then my dad passed. So just to say the least that, you know, he was going through a lot. I was going through a lot. Sometimes as parents, we need reinforcement and backup, and she was that for me. Not only did she email me, stayed on the phone with me for an hour, she listened to me with sympathy, compassion. We stayed on the phone for a long time, and I was emotional because I want the best for my child. And I could see that her interest was the same. She wanted the best for him as well and wanted him to do well in her class. She deserves this. If nobody else does, she does. So Ms. Barrett, thank you for being that extra ear, that extra set of eyes. Thank you for the compassion that you showed me and Brayden during our time of chaotic life. And I just think that you should be recognized not only today, but every day.
I'm always in her classroom, so she's like, what's up today?
Good to see you. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for being the employee of the month.
Oh, my
You are so awesome.
I went home just like,
You are amazing, and she does deserve it. Give her another round of applause. The video nomination that we received from one of your parents, Ms. Gilliam, but I will say this, she absolutely echoes the sentiments of many of your parents regarding your connection to them, not only in the classroom, but their social emotional needs as well. So I will let you watch the video. I told them I've had the honor of watching your career for 30 years and have known you longer than that, and this nomination came as no surprise to me. So thank you.
thank you. Look, y'all. This is, oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, I usually speak extemporaneously, but after that, so I'm going to read. To be loved is a gift. To be seen is soothing and satisfying, but to be appreciated is absolutely profound. To the students, parents, faculty, staff, administrators, and other stakeholders who saw fit to recognize and appreciate me in this way, I'd like to express my most sincere gratitude. On my way here, I saw a quote. Because of Women's History Month, it was a quote by Carrie Chapman Catt, who was a women's suffrage proponent. She said, "To the wrongs that need resistance, to the right that needs assistance, to the future in the distance, give yourselves." For nearly 30 years, I have given myself educating our children and my many communities. Today, I challenge each and every one of you to continue to give of yourselves and watch and see how you will be rewarded far beyond measure. Thank you.
One of the many, many reasons that she deserved this honor. Moving on, we will go to the legislative update, and I do believe that all trustees received the legislative update that Secretary Duvall shared with us. The one thing that I want to continue to lift, although it's not new as of 2 weeks ago,
that of the governor signing the bill that will prohibit cell phones from being in the classrooms in the fall. You will hear me reiterate that at every board meeting from now until fall of 2026. It will go into place 2026, 2027. We actually have a current board policy that states that they should not be in the classrooms, but they should only be used during hallway or hall passing time and during common space. But this is now law, therefore the law supersedes board policy, and it will be enacted at a stronger level. So I want to continue to reiterate, you have to hear something 9 times, practice it 20 times before it becomes a habit. So you will hear it ad nauseum between now and then, because I don't want any of our parents and, more importantly, our scholars to say that they were unaware come fall of next school year. Moving right along, we will go into our staffing update presentation. Trustees, I believe you have it in your binders as well. It will be quick because it is short, and I am pleased that it is short. Adler still has the one ASD teaching position. However, we have identified a candidate for the 26-27 school year. That person will be starting and joining us for the next academic school year. We also have a candidate identified for the speech pathologist position. And while we are waiting those candidates to be onboarded, we do have those positions being filled by an ISSN team member and by one of our partner organizations. Moving on to that of McIntyre, as you are aware, we have the long-term substitute filling that position, as has been for the duration of this school year. With Stevenson, we will have a resource room vacancy. It is not currently vacant, but the person in that position has accepted a teacher consultant position within the district, so they are transitioning to a new role within our organization. And when they transition into the new role, that will create a position to be backfilled there at Stevenson for their resource room. At Bernie, one ASD teacher candidate has been identified for the 26-27 year. You can see that our ISSN department has been busy with interviews, and we are very pleased with that. Also want to take a moment and recognize Miss Yolanda Johnson. She is our teacher that I spoke of last month regarding Talent Together. She was the teacher that was on the alternate track to certification, and we are very, very, very proud of Miss Johnson because she passed her teacher certification exam on the very first time. So please give Miss Johnson a round of applause. At the end of this school year, she will have completed her residency, and in fall of 26-27, she will be joining us as a certified ASD teacher. So again, we're really, really proud of Miss Johnson. Thompson has 2 ASD teacher vacancies. Those are being filled by substitute teachers. We are working feverishly to get those filled. The Spanish teacher position is being filled by the MEG Languages support, and our community schools coordinator, we should have taken that off because that gentleman has started, and I met him over there this week. So that position is now filled as well, so we can strike through that last one there. Levy, blank slate, no vacancies. Yay! We do have a few. Southfield High School for the Arts and Technology, 1 ASD teacher, and again, we have a candidate identified. An offer is being formulated. Until that offer has been accepted, we do have an ISSN team member filling that position. University K-12, blank slate, no vacancies. Yay! KLC, we have 1 SXI teacher candidate decline this position, so we have reposted that for future consideration, and 1 social worker vacancy being filled by a partner. Bussy, we have 2 speech pathologists. Both are being filled by our partner organization. 2 ECSC teachers. Those are our early childhood special education classes, both are being filled by a substitute retiree, and 1 EIV teacher, which is our early intervention. Moving on to our district-wide positions, we have 1 ISSN Medicaid billing supervisor and 1 ISSN teacher consultant. That teacher consultant position is the position that I referenced at Stevenson. We have someone transitioning into this role, which will create the backfill, the need for a backfill at Stevenson, and 2 ESL support teachers because our ESL population is growing. That concludes my staffing report for this month. All right. Any questions, Board President?
None.
I think we may have one.
Board President, thank you.
Trustees, do you have any questions? I'm sorry.
Thank you, Board President. Dr. Green, the speech pathologist, Are they full-time at Bussey and, was it Bussey and Adler?
So we have speech pathologists are district-wide positions, and they are assigned to respective buildings based on their caseload. Currently, because we have those vacancies in our district, we have a partner organization providing services for our scholars. So they're not full-time here every day. They are based on the hours outlined in the student's individual education plan. So if it's outlined that the person should receive services 20 hours per week, then the speech pathologist is in the building for 20 hours that week. It's all based on the student need, not based on the adult schedule.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Board President. Next, that was perfect lead in to our Bussey Director, Dr. Ursula Kelly-Wash.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ursula Kelly-Wash, and good evening, board members, Superintendent Green. I'm happy to present the March Bussey Report. And as has already been mentioned, March is Reading Month, and so we were very pleased to have Dr. Green with us as a special guest reader on March 3rd. She read to early Head Start, and GSRP classrooms, and it was such a joy. They listened intensely, they were motivated by the pictures, and so thank you very much, Superintendent Green. The baby rooms, they were very well positioned, and they listened very well, and it was great. But we have acknowledged March as Reading Month, but most importantly, at Bussey, we're still focused on reading support for our students. So that's, making sure that they are focused on reading comprehension, making sure that they're enhancing their vocabulary, making sure that teachers are asking open-ended questions as they're engaging in reading. And so every month is Reading Month at Bussey. And so we're sending out more invitations for people to read, and just we're also inviting our parents to read to the students as well. That's our family engagement piece for this month. So once again, thank you. Okay, so for the director's report, once again, we'll go over enrollment, our average daily attendance, the monitoring report for our child find form, education, health and safety, and family engagement. So for our enrollment, we are currently filled for early Head Start. Both classrooms are 8 students each, so 16 with a waiting list. For Head Start, we're continuously enrolling students, and so we have just actually, it's really 10 vacancies, but we have right now at this report is 82 slots. And then for GSRP, we are actually focused more on enrolling for next year. So currently we have an RCM manager, which is wonderful, and she is transitioning those Head Start students to GSRP as we speak. So they're focusing on enrollment, and we're trying to make sure that she's going out, our RCM manager, to our elementary schools, and so that talking about Bussey and all of the wonderful learning opportunities. So we're still focused on enrollment. That's our main goal. Okay, next, for our average daily attendance for February, for early Head Start, 84%, for Head Start, 83%, for our blended classrooms, Head Start/GSRP, 82%, and GSRP, 83%. And that's, of course, with some of our illnesses, wintertime illnesses, we're still averaging pretty well with our average daily attendance. But also making sure that parents are very attentive to their scholars' needs, and that if they need to stay at home, they will stay at home. So for our CACFP, it's a little low for February because we were out, of course, for that 1 week. But for breakfast, for students, 966 servings, adults, 246. For our AM snack 149 students were fed, and then for adults, 52. For lunch, students, 867, adults, 202. And then for our snack, students, 812 servings, and for adults, 187. Right now, the family service workers, well, the whole URSIA team and myself, we're meeting with Mr. Groves and Kim Tomrell to really make sure that we're well-positioned for an audit that is coming up next month. And a surprise visit, we've heard, may take place any day now. So we're making sure that our paperwork, is is together for our formula, for babies who are doing their formula, for just any type of servings, our civil rights paperwork. So we're just making sure that everything is together. And we've been working, like I said, with Mr. Groves and Ms. Tomrell. Okay. For our child find form, we are always encouraging teachers, if they notice any type of social, emotional, academic needs, to always complete the child find form, and we submit that to our child find coordinator. Right now, we're at 19. We're just making sure that our students, their needs are met. Early intervention is the best intervention. So if there is some type of speech or academic or social emotional needs, that we can work together collaboratively to just meet the needs of our scholars. Okay, and for education, we are now on period 3 for our core, or child observation record. For period 2, we had several classrooms who were at 100%, but not all. So that is definitely the goal for period 3. This is actually the last period for our students, because we end in May, but not for early Head Start, because they are 12 months, so they will enter for period 4. But it's always just making sure that our teachers are doing observations based on KDIs, and writing their anecdotal notes, which they enter. And so that creates our progress reports as well. We were fortunate to send 5 teachers to the MyAC conference in Grand Rapids. And so they were able to learn about early childhood, all things early childhood, as far as reading, writing, social emotional awareness. And so it was great that they were able to participate. And we actually had one teacher participate as a presenter, which was great. Tomorrow is our professional learning day. We are doing CPI training, crisis prevention intervention, which is great. It will help our teachers better meet the needs of students in a respectful and a collaborative way, and to make sure that we're able to de-escalate any type of behaviors that may be presented in some form or fashion. And then we're also going to have a mindfulness session prior to that, because that is a heavy topic. And it's actually a 2-part session. The second session will be March 22nd. And we always do our educators, empowering educators. We're on our 2nd round now. And then we've also encouraged teachers to, when they present, to have a handout. So that way we can create something that teachers can go back and reference. And like I said, the weekly staff newsletter, it always has tips and different ideas for all things early childhood education. This week we focused on enrollment, because that's what we're trying to make sure that our early Head Start students, they're transitioning to Head Start, they're transitioning to GSRP. And I've also been encouraging students with the Discovery program to make sure that our GSRP students are well positioned to, transition to the elementary schools and start with the summer program too. Okay, our Black History program was very well attended. We had 100, like I think it was 125 parents in attendance. It was really great. I mean, the students, so impressive with their command to, share information about what they were focused on, whether it was the arts, sports, politics, and their confidence for presenting in front of their family members. It was just amazing. So I'm very happy that the teachers were able to work with our scholars and just gain confidence. And really, parents were just asking, like, when's the next performance? And so hopefully we can maybe work and do something for spring. But I was very impressed and proud with the way our teachers were able to work with our scholars. And like I said, for family engagement for this month, our parents are actually in the classrooms reading to our scholars for March's Reading Month. And it's so inspiring to hear how a lot of the children, they're so excited that their fathers and, their parents are actually reading. And so hopefully that's something that they'll carry on as they, go through elementary and even middle school. It's always great to have your parents represent and be present during your educational experiences. So, and in kind, we're increasing. We're at $133,816.63. It may even be a little bit more at this time. And Ms. Rogers and I, we're trying to look at a digital way. We actually, we're going to do like a little, I guess, like a briefing, just something that we can do so parents can just on their phone, they can easily report in kind, and then we'll get it, and it'll provide some reports and easy data. So it's not so laborious and just for the data entry. So we're working on that. And that's it. Are there any questions?
Board President, before we entertain questions, I did want to comment on something Dr. Kelly Wash mentioned regarding the rising kinders and maintaining that vertical transition to our district as kindergartners. So with our summer discovery program as of this evening, our very own Summer Caldwell Carruthers texted me the update and stated that we have 19 scholars that are rising kindergartners that will be in our summer program thus far. And we just opened the window to register as of last week, so that's 19 additional kindergartners that we will have in our district coming from Bussey. So thank you for that.
Thank you. I've been sending it out via Canbu, and so that's our platform for, contacting our parents. And so they're very responsive and very appreciative of the summer program as well. Mm-hmm.
Chair?
Board President, may I? Dr. Walsh, the food program, the students, or the young students, the ones with dietary restrictions, how, can you tell the viewing audience how they're accommodated?
Well, they are accommodated. For those who have any type of dietary restrictions, number one, it has to be medically documented. And once we receive that type of information, like I said, working with Mr. Groves and Kim Tomrell, we have forms that now parents have to fill out. Of course, it needs to be accompanied by the medical documentation, and that will be on file now. And so everything is a growing process. We're learning more each day, even with our formula. As far as like making sure that we have on record how the formula is being supported by the parents and how we have to document that every day. But it's a learning progress. But yes, that is how it has, everything that we do has to be medically documented, because we are really not allowed to have outside food at Bussey unless the scholar has some type of medical documentation supporting that. And so that's what we do, except for the milk. If the district substitution is the soy milk, and if they need that, the parents just need to sign that. It doesn't really need the medical documentation. It's the food.
Through the chair?
You're welcome.
Yes. Dr. Kelly Wash,
Yes.
thank you so much to you and your team, and Dr. Green and her team as well, to see the movement and the sustainability that you now are showing through the different programs that you offer. It's really good to see enrollment numbers are up. And I'm glad to hear, Dr. Green, that we now are building a bridge to make sure that our scholars stay in the district. So thank you for all of your work
Thank you. I appreciate
and
everyone.
changing the culture.
Trying to, but yes, with enrollment, it's just kind of like step by step. We need to kind of redo our enrollment packet, make sure that our forms are correct, and that we're documenting everything that we do, so that if anyone comes in, we have all of the information and the data that we need.
Is there any additional questions? All right.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Does that conclude her?
That concludes the report of the superintendent.
Thank you. For the record, I want to, I was about to say announce Leslie Smith Thomas at 7:42. All right. Public participation. If you wish to address the board regarding a school-related issue that has not yet been resolved by school administration, please submit a comment card immediately. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per individual. As a matter of fairness, speakers with complaints against individuals are asked not to mention any persons by name. Complaints concerning employees pursuant to Board Policy 9130 should be brought to the attention of the school principals or other administrators before coming to the Board of Education. Your cooperation is appreciated. Ms. Marie Banks, please.
I want to say good morning, but good evening, everyone. Marie Banks, 29506 Andover Boulevard, Farmington Hills, Michigan. Just wanted to speak to you briefly. I always come up and talk about university, and I will do that until the last one graduates or even after. Last month, the last day of the month, university had a Black History Month program. And I snuck in and got to see my daughter dance. And when I was there, it was a quick reminder of why I love university. I hate that Miss Barrett left, because she was the MC. And the cultural experience, like these kids, they won't even really understand it until they go outside of their comfort zone and realize the confidence that they've gained just from even the presentation on the different hairstyles, the different types of dance that they saw, and the proudness of what they would gain just from seeing it on display at their school. To all the parents that are thinking about where they're going to send your child to school, think about where your child is going to be celebrated. Think about where your child is going to be educated. My daughter is at Case Western Reserve University. It's a top 25 pre-med program in the country. She is a student athlete representative for her freshman class and is doing well and is still saying in her second semester, I learned this in AP seminar. I learned this in AP calculus. So what I'm saying to you all, that as we transition to our new building, to our new facilities, that we stay as a community. Our admin has been communicating. That meeting that was lifted up, that was a monthly meeting that our admin has every month. And she invited James Jackson to come and the superintendent to come to that meeting. They're working very hard. This month, we're having a university campus night where it's open to all university families, people who are interested in university. You all need to come out and see what we have before somebody else comes in and we won't even recognize the school in 5 years. And so as we are really trying to maintain or even increase our enrollment, let's put our resources in our academics, in our sports, in our arts, and even maintain it while we're in the temporary. We have to. If that costs us more money, let's step out on faith. The budget might not be balanced, but we got to spend it to keep it. I know it's tough, but we got to do it. Thank you to everybody.
Thank you. Ms. Samuel, please state your name and address for the record, please.
Hello, Marquita Samuel. My address is 21440. I'm about to give my business address. Glenmore Street, Southfield, 48076. So the question that I had for the district, does the district have a foundation or a nonprofit within it for partnerships?
Board President, if I may, not to address public participation because our board policy prohibits us from addressing public participation in real time. However, our Chief of Staff is in the audience, and I'm sure that he will be more than happy to speak to you regarding the reestablishment of the district's foundation in real time.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent, for not responding
We
to
have one
that.
more that just
Oh, we
came
have
through.
one more? Okay. Ms. Red, if you can please state your name and address for the record, please.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lauren Redd. My address is 27501 Morningside, Lathrop Village, Michigan, 48076. My question is, not sure it'll be answered tonight, but if there can be a status provided on the hiring of the new head coach for the football team. There was a meeting scheduled to meet the new coach yesterday, and it was canceled. There's also concern with conditioning being held for the students, and if they're the supervision without a coach in place.
Thank you so much.
Board President, again, not to respond to any public participation in real time. However, we will draft a correspondence to all of our student athletes and their parents tomorrow regarding the changes that just occurred within the last 24 hours. So we are trying to get that out to our families in real time. But we have had a recent development, again, within the last 24 hours, and we will have something drafted for them.
Thank you, Dr. Green. We don't have any more, do we, Ms. Claus?
Nope, no additional.
All right, action items. Trustees, is there a motion to approve our minutes from January 27th from our special board meeting and study session, as well as the minutes from our special board meeting and closed session?
So moved.
Support.
It has been moved and supported. Questions? Hearing none, Board Secretary, would you please call for the vote?
Trustee Smith Thomas?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Bell?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson? Yes. Trustee Holloway? Yes. Unanimous.
Motion carried. Information items.
Thank you, Board President. The first information item, trustees, will be tabled. We learned some new information regarding the A&T fire suppression line testing, more specifically the fire hydrant replacement portion of it. So we are going to have to table that until the next study session or the very next meeting that we have. So we will bring that back before you in 2 weeks. Moving along, we do have joining us this evening that of Ms. Kelly with an I, Ferguson, representing Barney Mallow. She's going to speak to us regarding 6457, 6458, 6459, and 6460, all of which are site updates at Bernie and Thompson, the hard tile recommendation after going out for RFP, the site upgrades at Thompson, the Levy site upgrades, and the Bernie site upgrades. So 3 different site upgrades, and 1 is a hard tile recommendation, of which I believe the lowest bidder is being recommended in all 4 categories.
That is correct. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Hi. I'm just here once again to ask for board approval to move forward with the recommended low bidders for these 4 bid categories, beginning with the Bernie K8 hard tile package. As you guys currently know, we are under construction at Bernie. It's actually looking really good. I was here today, and it's so beautiful. This hard tile is ceramic tile, which will go in a lot of different places, the gymnasiums, the restrooms, and it's just gonna make you guys feel like $1 million. Our low bidder actually, It does not cost $1 million. Our low bidder actually came in under the estimate, so that's really good for us. So we are asking for approval for that. And as Dr. Green mentioned, the next 3 are for Thompson, Levy, and Bernie site upgrades. What these site upgrades do are similar to what we're going to be doing at Adler this summer, is they're going to help replace some of the parking lots, so that way you'll have a nice smooth paved parking lot, but most importantly, you also have proper drainage. So I know I was at Bernie today, and just driving around, I think some people were going to go and practice on the baseball field, a club or some sort, and you could see a little bit of the ponding of the water, so we want to get that nice and cleaned up, so that when you guys come back to school in the fall, everything is A-okay. And as she mentioned, all 3 of those low bidders were the ones that we are recommending. Are there any questions? It is. Site work's expensive, but it lasts a long time.
And that's important to lift for our community. People don't see site work. They see the beautiful buildings, but the site work is the equivalent of no longer having potholes when we're driving
Yes.
across the parking lots, and/or not having the ponds in the parking lot from the water settling, which can then cause foundational issues on our campuses as well. So all of this is extremely important relative to the projects that we have and that were approved in the 2022 bond package.
Correct.
Trustees, do we have any questions?
Madam President.
Yes.
Hi, Kelly with the I.
Hello, hi.
I know you're just getting going with this, but do you have a time that it's going to take to do all these projects?
Yes, I do. So for Bernie and Levy, because those campuses are vacant currently right now, we do plan on having the site work contractor start relatively quickly. I actually had a call this morning from the Levy contractor, which is Jacqueline Contracting, and they wanted to start tomorrow. So I said, hold on, hold your horses. We're going to start, but not too soon. But all 3 projects are planned and anticipated to be completed prior to August 24th, which is the first day of school. So you guys are going to come into a nice, clean site.
However, we cannot start until we have proper approval.
Yes, correct.
Through the chair. I have a question about the material.
Yes.
Because oftentimes we've been repaving and filling the potholes, so will this be done with something has a longer sustainability?
Yes.
What they're gonna use to do it?
Yes, we have a lot of the details for the paving in particular meet the Oakland County Code requirements. So there is going to be I don't remember the exact, there's going to be a stone base, which is going to help with that stability, as well as repaving of the top. I think there's 2 courses of repaving on top of that. One thing that's nice, as we mentioned, for that under drainage system is a lot of those cracks and potholes and deterioration are because of a lot of the existing site storm lines are in bad condition. And so they're causing a lot of the cracking to occur. So at all 3 schools, we're going to be putting in an under drainage system, but it's a system that is going to be not visible to everybody. You could either have under drainage or you could have a pond, but this way we're allowing the community to be able to have more access to more landscaped areas. So you won't have to worry about fencing around something, people traveling and getting in the pond. It's gonna be nice and good.
Are there any additional questions? I'd like to hear about asphalt that's gonna look good. We can't see it. This is a lot of cost. We know it's bond dollars, but I'm glad that you lifted that, Dr. Green, because we're currently driving through ponds and potholes at one of our schools. Lots of ponds and potholes.
We are working to get those filled as we speak.
Yeah.
Some of them, yes, some of those potholes were filled earlier this week. We started filling those on Monday. Different campus, not the 3 that you're referencing.
Thank you.
Okay.
Parents, please stay off the sidewalks.
One last thing I forgot, you reminded me, with that, at all 3 of these schools, at Bernie, Bernie, Thompson, and Levy, we are also going to be replacing the exterior concrete pad right outside of all the exterior doors. So sometimes, they heave, it's not stable, but we're gonna make it nice and flat and ADA compliant, so that way we're good there too. So it's gonna be a nice path around for people to walk and to ride and all the good stuff. Or roll, I should say, not ride.
Thank you so much. Dr. Green, are you asking for these items to be actionable? It
If
sounds
it's
like
the
they're ready
wish
to
of the
work.
board, the teams are ready to work, and we would like to take advantage of getting them on site as soon as possible.
Trustees, Is there a motion to make reports 6457, 6458, and 6459, and 6460 actionable tonight?
So moved.
It has been moved and supported. Any questions?
Board President, for clarification on Robert's rules, is the motion to simply make it actionable, or are you asking to open and approve?
Open and approve. Report
So,
64.
Trustee Johnson, are you willing to amend? Okay,
You're really, okay.
thank you.
It's been properly moved and supported. Any questions? Hearing none, Board Secretary, will you call for the vote? It's hot in here. Anybody else? Okay, all right. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Please call the contractor back and tell them they can start tomorrow. But then again, it's supposed to snow on Thursday, so they may need to hold off. I am. Sorry. Sorry, audience. It is scheduled to snow. Okay, Board President, the next item for information is that of technology designer. And yes, if you may recall, we separated our professional services with our previous tech designer a few months ago that was working on the bond, and we went back to seek other professional services or other professional vendors to continue the work. Working closely with Oakland Schools and with our legal team, we have identified a very reputable company to come in and continue the work moving forward and to correct some of the wrongs that the previous company did or designed improperly for what our district needed. So I'm not going to say they did something wrong. Please correct that for the minutes. They improperly designed some of the things that we needed here in the district. So that having been said, again, we went back out, we found a company that we are completely confident, as is Oakland Schools and Plant Moran Real Point. This is the recommendation of Plant Moran Real Point. You will see it in writing in your binder. The price point is the equivalent of what we were paying the previous designer. So this is aligned with what was budgeted in our PQ app and the 2022 bond application.
Trustees, do we have any questions?
More to the chair. What exactly are they designing?
So they designed the technology that provides the security for our schools. For example, you see us with the ID badges, so when we come into the buildings, we can use our ID badges versus that of hard keys. So those are called strike pads. They design the security features. They don't design the technology that you are accustomed to as a scholar, the computers and the Chromebooks and all of those things. Those are separate and come from a different entity. They are designing the security systems, the cameras, all things technology that will provide you with a safe learning environment as you move forward.
It looks like we have another question. Trustees, any additional questions?
Through the chair, my question is, you indicated that there were designs that weren't in line with what the district needed. What I want to know is, did we lose any time and revenue from going down that path, and now we're course correcting?
We
And
did
if
not.
so, how much?
We did not lose any revenue, thanks to our amazing IT team that is in our district, led by Allison Dewar. They stepped up and carried the weight of the technology design throughout the process. Time-wise, I think we are doing good. There are a couple schools we've had to go back and make some mid-course corrections on, one of which was Stevenson, because their strike pad wasn't working, and they had to use a hard key to get out of the main office. That has been corrected as of this week. So there are some pieces that we did have to go back and correct. Nothing that was
earth-shattering, but more of an inconvenience for some of our schools, and we're grateful that they allowed us the time to get those things done. But as of today, or as of Monday, and Trustee Holloway saw some of the IDS people there at the study session, before they were even approved, they jumped in and started helping us get those things done. So we're grateful for their support. Thank you.
Any additional questions, trustees? Dr. Green, are you asking that we open and approve reports 64 or 61?
If it is the pleasure of the board.
Trustees, is there a motion to open and approve reports 64 or 61?
So moved.
It has been moved and supported. Are there any additional questions? Hearing none, Board Secretary, would you please call for the vote?
Trustee Bell?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson? Yes. Trustee Holloway? Yes. Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Smith Thomas? Yes. Myself, yes. Unanimous.
Motion carried.
That is all that I have for information items, Board President.
Thank you, Superintendent Green. We are going to move on to our financial report and monthly bill disbursement. Trustees, we all received those. We had not received any questions regarding the monthly bill disbursement or financial report. Are there any questions? Okay. Great, moving on. For the good of the order, I will start with first saying being careful of opening emails these days and clicking on links. Just a reminder to be very, very, very careful. I also wanted to say thank you to the board members. I have noticed Ms. Foster is really busy scheduling people for March, for Reading Month. So our board has been out at the different schools. We still have time, don't get mad. Every school, we're coming around. But I am thankful and grateful for a board that's out for March, for Reading Month. Trustee Holloway lifted that at our last meeting. So everyone is doing. I know our superintendent, because I talk to her every day. She's normally running in and out of a school, so I'm sure she's probably hit them all once already. But I just want to say thank you.
I will be at all of them, but I'm not quite there yet.
So I just wanted to say thank you to the board and the staff that's going around reading, because it is important. And after being in the schools, thank you to all of our teachers. I know it's not Teacher Appreciation Month, but you're appreciated every month. And we just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for working so hard and helping our scholars to be better. And that's all I have. Anyone else for the good of the order? All right, future meetings. Wednesday, March 11th, tomorrow. There is no school tomorrow. Repeat after me. No school tomorrow. Professional development, nor students. I mean, students. Summer is back there like, don't you say that. Listen, I'm sorry. Her and Miss Lacey, they was about to jump me. I'm sorry, guys. No students tomorrow, no scholars tomorrow. It is Professional Development Day. And say that again.
Professional development.
Okay, yes, and our VP wanted me to make sure I said professional development. And then tomorrow, we have our State of the District at Southfield High School at 6:00 p.m. Tomorrow, the State of the District. And then Tuesday, March the 24th, we have a special board meeting and study session here at 6:00. Monday, March the 30th through April the 3rd, we have spring recess, no school for everybody. No school, spring recess. And then Tuesday, April the 14th, we have our regular board meeting back here at 7:00. Meeting adjourned at 8:00.